up, guys? I invited you back in, so I think we should be good now. Yo.
Yo, so what happened? Did you hit the time limit or?
No, my phone just sucks. It froze, so I had to reset it.
No, the moderator at IG was like, "No,
yeah, that's too good
information."
Yeah, too good a chat. I gotta kill it.
You know, sometimes I wonder if these lives that we're seeing actually have more viewers than they're actually showing.
Dude, I mean, I'm a nobody, and I've been shadow banned number-wise on like many of my platforms in my groups and stuff. It's absolutely all the time. Absolutely.
Connected.
Hey Phil, you said that at your work they're forcing people to get vaccinated because you're a federal employee.
Correct.
What do you do if you don't mind me asking?
I work for TSA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the TSA. That's another like agency that came in after 9/11, right? Like we didn't really have that kind of like stringent security at the airports until after 9/11.
Correct.
Remember when you used to go to the airport, you could actually walk your friends and family to the gate and watch them leave. Now you can't even. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Even 9/11, like Americans don't even talk about 9/11 anymore, and even everything about 9/11 is shady. Like,
yeah,
everything. Like,
oh my God,
the Bin Laden family. You know, the Bin Laden family was flown out of the U.S. a day before 9/11 happened. The Bin Laden family has ties with the Bush family. Osama bin Laden actually belongs to a Saudi royal family.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically defected because, if you keep up with anything in the Muslim world, the Saudi Muslims are actually the ones basically keeping the Muslim world down, because they're like the elite. The Wahhabi Muslims are the ones basically that created ISIS. ISIS is just a way for Israel and Saudi Arabia to have this perpetual war, so that they can siphon money away from the U.S. and have their forever wars in the Middle East.
Right.
Sorry,
you're
all about that.
Right on that. Hey, I kind of like having some goofy kind of talk. Is there any like good conspiracies or anything we can get into, fellas, or anything outside the norm? I want to just like have some fun and dick around, or I don't know. Bring
Goofy
up
conspiracies.
It doesn't have to be conspiracies, but that was just what came to mind.
I have one conspiracy. I think they're pumping all the beef and chicken with a lot of soy so that they can emasculate men.
Well, if you think about it, if you read most of the ingredients, it always says soy in a lot of food that you would think shouldn't be in it, like bread or something like that. Right? Why does bread have soy in it?
Right.
I mean, like it's super crazy. So I find that a little strange. I get like crackers and it says soy. I'm like, why does crackers have soy in it?
Well, it makes sense why all the men out there are betas. Like, there's no.
I know. Well, and honestly, too, if you think about it, this is what I honestly think. I think that because at one point we had a lot of strong men, at one point, that the government knows that when you have strong men, they'll stand up to protect the women and children. So how can you destroy strong men? You destroy them by telling them that these men can be women, that men can be feminists. That's why Obama was like, I'm the first male feminist. When Obama kind of put that out there, other men felt comfortable and go, whew, now I can be in touch with my feminine side. You know what I mean? So now you got all these weak men. You have a majority of people in America, maybe minority, probably majority, but you have weak men. And then now when it comes to the women, they're saying women can now be men. So you take away the femininity with women. So now it's like there is no dad, mom, children. It's mental illness all around. So so that way, if war happens, we are done. We are doomed. We are not prepared for war because a lot of us are too busy trying to figure out who we are. Who do we identify as? Am I a man? Am I a woman? I'm so confused. And then war happens, we're all dead.
Yeah.
That's just my theory. That's my opinion.
No, that's a part of the Communist Manifesto. The way you destabilize and destroy they have like a bunch of tenets, and one of them is destroy the nuclear family and get rid of the men. because once you
Yeah.
get rid of the strong men in society, it's an easy takeover. Like you said, you're right on the money.
Well, that's why BLM talks about destroying the nuclear family too.
Yeah.
Well, the BLM is founded as a communist movement. They are trained Marxists, the founders. They openly brag about that. So yeah.
Yeah, George Soros funds the Open Heritage Society, which basically promotes socialism, communism around the world. That's why George Soros was kicked. The last country George Soros was kicked out of was Hungary, and Hungary just passed an anti-LGBT law.
Hungary, that's what, man. Croatia represent. Kick his dumb ass out.
Yeah, dude.
That's why in my opinion, I said this before, and I'm sure it probably sounds the same, but my opinion is that, my theory is that the reason why they push homosexuality, in my opinion, because they don't want men and women to reproduce.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Definitely. And they want everybody to have their feelings matter as facts and reality. Guess what? Sorry to be this guy. They don't. Like, I'm sorry that you feel like you're a woman, son, but cutting off your dick ain't going to make you a woman.
Yeah.
You know,
here's another thing.
I wish you could, but look, I would love to be a freaking fucking 7-foot NBA player. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sorry. That's a lot in life, and you can't go.
In 2021, you can identify as that.
Right, you can identify as that, but nobody's going to treat you that way, and you can't actually be that, no matter how hard you try. You know.
Exactly.
Well, here's another thing. You know, people. I think I've told you this too, Nick. That if you're going with statistics, like 40% of people who've undergone hormone therapy and sex change operations commit suicide.
That's why I said
so why would you be pushing something that has such a high suicide rate to the public, let alone kids?
Because it's transhumanism, and it's
transhumanism. That's exactly what they're trying to push.
Yeah, there's no other explanation. Has to be. BLM was a homosexual Marxist organization founded by black lesbians. Anybody watch Jesse Lee Peterson? Man, that's one of my favorites.
You know what's funny is that I get compared to him, and I always tell the story so I can clarify. Before I knew who Jesse Peterson was, I already knew that there was an issue with anger. Like, I already knew that. I have a child. So she's older now, but I mean, like, not that older, but she's a teen. But when I had my child when she was young, I used to have a certain emotion towards me, and I knew that that was, like, not a good way to present that to my child. If my child sees me angry, then she'll think it's normal. So, like, I knew that that was wrong. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's, like, check one. Check two was that this whole, for me at least, this whole racism thing, I knew it wasn't that big of a deal because I always, like, I used to date outside my race. And being around those other cultures, they didn't have a problem with me. So I used to always think, like, why am I making this race thing such a big deal? It wasn't until I got older so I realized it's all in my head. So it's just that I didn't know how to fully overcome it. So somehow, some way, just by watching YouTube, I got led to Jesse Peterson's show. And he talked about forgiveness. Now, I liked what he was talking about with forgiveness. So I forgave, and my whole life changed. And so, like, if I say anything that's like him, like if I say like amazing or lesbians, because it's funny. Like, it's funny when he says it. So I just say it too. That's all it is.
He's like, you nasty, you evil.
Your mama was hell on wheels, and you ended up just like her.
Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like it's just funny just to say things. Like we tend to adapt things from other people. I mean, most black folks say, "What's up, nigga?" Because it's like such a cultural thing. So it's like, are we these people? Or are we just saying it because it's part of a culture thing? So like with Jesse, when he says like amazing or lesbian, things like that, it's just funny to say. I don't say it to be like him. It's just funny.
Dude, by the way, I grew up like in the hood, like as a white guy, like in a minority, and I don't know one thing I could tell you about somebody solely based on their skin color. Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, real quick, because I'm reading the comments. Tyler's saying to drop 2 people off. I don't mind dropping off to let Tyler on if you want to let him debate this dude, because
you wanna hop on
this IE MAGA guy, he's saying some wild stuff.
Well, hey, look.
So I'll drop off.
I'm gonna drop off too. I'm gonna go eat real quick.
Yeah, I'll drop off. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay, Julius, so come back. Okay, all right, cool. Come back. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm inviting you in right now. Hold on one sec. I'm still an amateur at this this hosting thing. And who else? Amiga. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, I bet he don't even come on, bro.
I bet you don't.
Tyler.
I don't know what you guys are fighting about, but we'll see. I'm putting what.
Yo, because this dude is an idiot. That's why. This dude is an idiot.
What do you fight? What's the argument?
Yeah, this dude is so mad. He's wrong.
So you're kind of like a Biden. What's he
Bro,
saying?
this dude is so mad. He's wrong. So, yo, let me tell you what I love. I love when people know that they're wrong, and they like, oh, well, why don't you go listen to Craig Long 40? He's got a larger following than you. He must be right. And I'm sitting here like, first of all, Craig has never had a larger following than me. I got my account banned, so he didn't have a larger following. He only has a larger following now because.
What is besides that? What does it have a large amount of followers have to do with anything?
That's the second thing I said. So I'm like, second, it doesn't matter how large of a following you have. That's like saying because AOC has a larger following than me, then they're right. She's right. That must
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the trust the science argument. I'm like, well, then you don't even know what you're talking about because the first rule of science is it's not consensus. Doesn't matter how many people say something.
Right.
One person saying the right thing, it's still right. And a million people saying the wrong thing, it's still wrong.
Right. So I'm telling him how he's wrong. I'm telling him how he's wrong, and he gets so mad. He gets so mad.
I invited him.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming. I invited him a minute ago.
I bet he don't come on.
What?
I smell pussy.
This reminds me of. I was on Sunni's just chatting in and kind of like busting Phil's balls. Well, I wasn't even busting Phil's balls. I was annoyed at how critical he was being. And he calls me out. I was like half asleep, and he's like, "I bet you don't come in, Nick." I'm like, ah. It's just like a battle rap. Like when I was growing up, I can't not show up. So I had like turn the light on.
That's because Phil generally. I mean, there are a few times where he has an okay take, but generally, I find Phil to be just a terrible debater.
Oh, no,
correct.
I agree, and he also
and if you disagree with him, he starts yelling at you.
Exactly, and he has to ask a million questions like third degree, and I'm like, dude, you're talking about like peanut butter right now. Who fucking cares, man?
Yo, can you check the? Oh, hold on, I can check the list. We're. Oh, what? That's weird, man. He just dipped out as soon as I came on.
I bet he did. He ran with his.
That's weird.
What is it?
That's so odd.
All right, who else out there wants to come on? We got room for one more. And anybody else not coming on, tell us what we're talking about tonight. What's on the people's mind Saturday?
People always love to talk in the comments, but then as soon as a motherfucker shows up, like, all right, bet we'll do this right now. They just whoop.
Always, bro. And you know what? That's how you can tell the real from the fake. The real's always down to fucking scrap or whatever you want to call it. The fake will always find a way out of it. I think Phil tries to be like Tyler in debates. Oh, that's an interesting. Julius, you're coming back in. Hold on.
I don't know, man. A more cringe version.
I
don't know,
don't
man.
associate me with him.
Oh no, man. Dude, I used to really like Phil, like when he discussed some things in the beginning, and then like, and I don't dislike Phil personally. I just don't like his fucking debate style, and I think that he fucks up a lot. But then like over the past couple of weeks, I'm watching Phil debate. I'm like, bruh, you really suck at this. Like,
he does. I hear you, man. You know what he does suck. The reason he does all these like million questions and redirection and stuff, if you ask me, is exactly that. It's like smoke and mirrors because he knows he sucks.
So I have a question. Do you guys think prostitution should be legal?
Yes.
Yes, because making anything illegal doesn't stop it. It just makes it more dangerous and more nefarious. That's my argument.
So my argument isn't that it makes it more dangerous or more nefarious. I would say actually nefarious, but I wouldn't say that. I would say it just goes against like your right to bodily autonomy. I find that to be that to be axiomatic, that that nobody has the right to tell you what to do with your body as long as you are not harming or threatening another individual. So like this is why like if you have fucking AIDS, then you have to tell someone because you have fucking AIDS. You are threatening or harming someone. But if you don't have that, and you're just like, look, you want to bang? Yes, I'm going to charge you. Okay, that sounds like capitalism to me.
But is that one of the things that you like don't want in your neighborhood?
Better than the original said, nah, illegal is so much more fun.
Well, in California, it's like that. I think in California, they don't have to tell you if they have AIDS or not.
Yeah, that's wild.
What the
I
fuck?
know.
What do you mean? Like, I can't believe that's a law.
Are you sure that's right, Julius?
Yeah, I am 100% sure.
That sounds criminal, bro.
It is criminal if you ask me. How can that
I live in California, bro. I'm in the same place where look. I'm in the same place where they okayed if you're 23 and a person is 13, as long as it's consensual, you can have sex.
And they passed that during a fucking pandemic.
Hold on, guys. Wait. That's not how that law went, man. That's not how I keep talking to y'all of it. That's not how that went, man. That's not the law.
Bro.
I did a whole video on this, bro. That's not
okay.
The law.
Okay. Enlighten me then. Enlighten me.
Okay. So yeah, you got too many of these faux conservatives, man, that be talking about this shit. So what really happened is that so they had this law. It's such a stupid thing. Like, it's so boring, but I'll say. So, like, they had this law in California where if there's a 10-year age gap, so you got that right. So if there's a 10-year age gap, that if one person is underage and one person is not underage, that if you were straight, if it was a straight relationship, like if it was a man with a woman or a woman with a man or whatever, so if it was a straight relationship, that the judge presiding over the case could say, okay, well, I don't want this person to be to be in the registry, right? Like the sex offender registry. They could make that choice, right? So it doesn't mean that they won't. It just means that, well, the judge can decide whether or not they want to. But if it was a homosexual relationship, like if it was a man on a boy, right, that it was automatic, and that they automatically, the judge couldn't decide, and that you would always go in the National Sex Registry. Now, where they definitely fucked up, is where they said, okay, well, what we're going to do to make this fair is we're just going to allow the judge to determine if if it's in a gay relationship, if they should be on the registry. They shouldn't have done that. They should have said, okay, well, to make this fair, what we need to do is just make sure that straight couples too, like if that's a straight relationship, that they should all be in the fucking registry.
They went the wrong way with it.
Yeah, so it's not what you're saying, and I don't even fault you for it, because a lot of people like pushed like this thing, and it wasn't exactly like that. But yeah. That's
okay. I actually look, Tyler, you know me enough to know that I'm always wanting to be enlightened with something, so I'm not gonna be like, no, Tyler, you're wrong. You're wrong, and dip out. Like,
no, yeah, and Julius, and I advise, and not just you, man, but anybody who listens to me, anybody who follows me, anybody in the comments, anybody on this live, like anything, just because somebody, even if you like me and follow me and I say something, like, don't take me at face value. Like, check the shit, right?
Right,
so,
right.
Like, after you get off this live, you know, I could be bullshitting, right? So, like, after you get off this live, like when you're in your free time, just be like, you know what, was Tyler spitting some bullshit? Like, go ahead and like check it out, you know?
Bro, I tell people, don't trust anybody, especially not me.
Yeah.
You know, I make mistakes all the time and shit.
The reason why I framed it that way, and listen, I don't know other conservatives that said the same thing I said, but the reason why I framed it that way, because I read the article, I read the bill online, and then I watched a YouTube video just to kind of see if it was what I was thinking, and it kind of like matched what I was thinking. In my mind, I thought that it was some kind of like pedophilia bill kind of thing.
I'll tell you what, when you get off of here, if you still have that article, because again, it could be possible that we might be talking about two different things. Maybe I'm talking about like some other thing that happened, and maybe you're talking about something that I'm unaware of, right? So when we get off of here, like later, if you can come across that article, just shoot it over to me so I can take a look at it, all right?
Yeah, well, it's the actual bill from California.gov. It's the actual bill that I was reading.
Okay, well then that sounds pretty legit. So yeah, shoot that over when you get a chance, man.
Yeah, I will, because that's the reason why I was saying, like, I don't say things because everybody, like other conservatives are saying it. I don't like doing it at all. But I looked into it because I watched the video on YouTube, and I was like, well, let me actually see what they're talking about. So I read the actual bill, and I was like, this to me sounds like some pedophilia stuff.
Yo, why the fuck does your face look like that? Yo, are you eating, Phil?
No.
Bro, why the fuck is your mouth looking like that? Like you're chewing on something.
Dang. But my whole point was just saying that I'm in California where they passed like really bizarre bills. I remember like back in 2018, Gavin Newsom, and this might sound dumb, but Gavin Newsom passed a bill where he basically made it okay for like black people to wear have a hairstyle they want at work. It could be nappy, it could be
Bro,
furry.
that is wild, and I remember seeing that. That was crazy, bro.
That's what I'm
Dude,
saying. Like
I hate
it's
when they
so
get
dumb.
involved. I hate when they get involved in business at all. I'm like, bro, you don't have the authority to do this, bro. Like to get involved
Yeah.
with businesses. Like a business should be able to discriminate how they see fit.
It's private
Man, I
business.
agree with you 100%. I agree with you.
If it's a private business, if it's not public, if it, I hear mad echo. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
If it's not,
I gotta drop off.
shit.
Yeah, the echo is crazy.
It's
I'm
out
gonna
of nowhere.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Somebody turned their speakers on, their computer speaker on, or something.
Okay. All right. So, what the fuck was I saying?
You were talking about the fact that they were getting involved with businesses with that bill.
Oh, right. So yeah, man, look, if a business wants to hire only white people, they should be able to do that. If they want to fire all the white people, they should be able to do that. If they only want to hire hetero people, great. If they want to hire only gay people, great. Like, whatever it is, the business should be able to do that, and the people themselves will decide if these are businesses that they want to go ahead and, you know, patronize. And most of these businesses, especially in this day and age, because we live in the most tolerant society, we live in one of the most tolerant societies on the planet, and we live in the most tolerant time of all time. So like most of these businesses will likely just fucking fail anyway. You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh, they're racist. Okay, bet. Well, I'm not going to patronize them. You know what I mean?
Well, who's to say, you know, what a business needs or whatever more than the person hiring at the business? So if they think they need white people or black people or whatever, it's like, who are the feds to like start regulating that? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and that actually happened, and that was the whole case with the whole baker thing when the people wouldn't bake the cake for the gay couple, and they sued them and they won.
Terrible.
Yo, so Duval is saying, so I love when people just make these scenarios. So Tyler and Julius believe that the unvaccinated can be fired by private sector companies. Sure.
What did they say that?
Well, for me, I would say it doesn't even matter. I would say sure. If you are a private company and you are saying that you are not vaccinated and we will not hire you, I would say absolutely. I think that they would have many issues on their hands with people, and I think that they probably have some overthrow, especially by conservatives or right wingers for sure. But yes, if you're a private company, you should be able to do that as you see fit. I don't really see like the issue here.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, because
I understand.
Oh, hold on. Let me say one thing, Nick. Let me say one thing. Now, to be fair, that's if the private company is the one dictating those rules. But how it generally is, how we mostly think that it's going to play out is that it's not going to be the private company making these rules. It's going to be the government forcing the private business to do this. Now that is completely different, right? So like if the government forces said private business to do it, then no, I do not support that. Only if the private business is not under government force.
Because that's what I always tend to talk about is the government forcing things when it comes down to jobs. Do you see what I mean? So the fact that jobs go along with it because the government says so, I have a problem with that. Like, for example, when I walk into a store and they say you got to wear a mask on, and I made a big deal about that, somebody told me that the businesses can do that because they have a right to refuse service. A right to refuse service. I'm like, okay, so then I can just go to a whole different business. It's like, that's how you solve it.
Exactly. And you don't, you vote with your dollars. And if you don't like what they do, then you don't patronize them, period. Hey,
let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then, Tyler. Well, what do you do in a situation? What do you do in a situation where the company has discrimination policies that they have to follow?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so for example, I went to Rite Aid, right? And Rite Aid's policy states that they can't discriminate based on age, sex, religion, medical, and such, right? So they have that policy that they follow. So if they don't follow that policy, then what do you do then?
Well, when you say they don't, who are you talking about? Like if a hiring manager doesn't follow that policy?
The company itself.
Well, the company is not a person. I need to know like what person, because like I could say just like the manager of said store. I could say a district manager. I could say
okay.
You see what I'm saying? So for instance, like in this scenario, if you're saying that this is like what their rules and regulations are, and then like say that this hiring manager or this store manager or this district manager is not following those guidelines, then now you have now you're open to lawsuit, right? Because this is their own guidelines that they are going to, and they are not following their own guidelines. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I think they would probably have like a problem on their hands there.
Yeah.
But they could easily just be like, you know what? Fuck these guidelines. We're throwing all this shit out. We don't have any guidelines anymore.
It's their company, and they made the guidelines,
Yeah.
and they can choose to break them, right? It's not
Right.
You know, it's still their company.
Yeah, because
Because there's a difference between because there's a contract, right? Like Julius, like when it comes to like a business and things like that, especially if you sign, like generally you sign like some type of agreement with most companies saying that this is what it is, this is our code of conduct, or this is our whatever. Now, if that company, if a person of some type of authority is found to be breaking that policy, then now you have a lawsuit because they broke it. They would have to change the guidelines and then have you like re-sign it and say that these are the new guidelines, that we're not having this anymore. And then, but like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like when I just make a big deal about going to the businesses, they're always harassing me about a mask. And I'm like, well, you guys can't discriminate. I got medical, blah, blah, blah. And then when somebody told me that it was a private thing, I was like, okay, I get it, because again, that whole right to refuse, anytime you have a right for something, you have a right. So it's a right to refuse service. So I understood that. I arrogantly understood that. Now I was like, okay, well then I could just go choose a whole different place. So I'm gonna really fight it. So that's how they're gonna treat me. And I can just not
exactly. But there are certain places where I wouldn't even care what they said. I would still patronize them anyway. Like say that Chick-fil-A, like tomorrow, came out and said, you know what? We really hate black people. We don't like none of y'all. I'd be like, damn. I'd be like, damn, that is super fucked up. So can I get a number 5? Can I get a number 5? Yo, it's just like,
Can I get a number 5?
That's the Lord's chicken, bro.
Can I get a thigh?
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm still hungry. I guess I gotta work.
Yeah, let me upgrade that to the fruit cup. Like, go ahead and like.
It's the same price for me. I'm black, right? You don't charge me more, anyways, right? All right, cool.
But that's crazy, though. I mean, some people, again, I always talk about that on Twitter, like, you know, the forced vaccination, the forced mask, this and that. I was very vocal about that. I just was just like, man, this is crazy that we're living in these times. I guess for me, where I'm coming from is that, like, nobody was doing this during, like, measles, H1N1, like, none of that stuff. And then now it's like everybody's freaking out over COVID, and now they're like Delta variant, and I'm like, bro, they only called it that because they stopped calling it the UK, India, and South Africa because they want to come off as racist, because they would call Trump a racist for the whole China virus, and then they said UK variant, and then they changed it to Delta, the Gamma, Alpha.
Right.
Like, they changed it to not be hypocritical. So that's where I come in, where it's like, man, people are tripping out over this Delta variant that's actually like makes them. It's really less deadly than the flu, based on studies done by the UK. So that's where I'm vocal about it. That's why I said these businesses are crazy.
Hey, Miguel, while we have a second, Miguel, did you have something you wanted to talk about or anything? You've been very patient. Appreciate it. How you doing?
I'll keep listening. I'm good.
Okay, cool.
So Suni says that chicken is gross. Look, I don't know if Suni is like legitimately black. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like she's not legitimately black. Like, she may be black in skin tone, but in her heart, she's not black, right? She doesn't like any black stereotypes, man. She don't like no chicken. She don't like no damn grape soda. She don't like no watermelon. She don't like none of that. I love all that shit, man.
You know,
I'm not really a watermelon fan though either, though. Like, I like chicken, but I don't eat watermelon. But I have black.
Yo. You're not black in your soul, bro. You're not black in your soul, man. You're not an African American in your soul, bro.
You pass protected, bro.
Your descendants would be ashamed of you.
Probably.
Your descendants would be ashamed of you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Bro, how does somebody dislike fried chicken? Like, honestly, I feel like you got to be a commie for that. That's why you live in Japan, Sony. Like that's my fucking legit.
Dude, you want to jump in here? I saw you looking tired before. You don't have to.
Yo. How you
I'm not
gonna
gonna let him
dislike
throw the
fried
heat.
chicken, bro? Come
I
on,
love
man.
fried chicken.
Fried
Like,
chicken is universally loved. Like, look, if you don't like grape soda or something like that, I'd be like, I give you that pass. But fried chicken, come on, man.
Yeah, dude, I like fried chicken.
Fried chicken, is that the best kind of chicken, or is that the top?
Okay,
or
if you're talking about the best for your health, damn sure no.
No,
right.
taste wise.
Yo,
Okay,
eat too much
taste-wise,
fried.
What do you think, Julius? You think that fried chicken is the best flavored?
I think it's a good flavor, but it's not good. It's not good for you necessarily, but it's a good flavor.
No. We're not talking about like the health.
Oh, you're saying just in general? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fried
like
chicken
basically
always.
like I think he's asking you like what your favorite type of chicken is. Is it fried chicken or is it something else?
Oh, fried chicken.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I love chicken dishes. Like I love, chicken parm, and I love grilled chicken and
I was gonna
chicken
say grilled chicken.
chicken cordon bleu. Like chicken is very versatile, man. So like it's always generally gonna be good as long as you don't fuck. I love bro. I love a roast chicken. And I'm not saying just like the chickens that you get at like Walmart, because those are good too. But like I'm talking about like
The slices.
I'm talking about like if a woman prepare, or even you prepare your own chicken and roast that motherfucker, yo, that shit is delicious, bro. That shit is really good.
Yeah.
But that being said, I feel like fried chicken is still like number one.
It's on the soft spot for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something about it. It's almost like a security blanket for me or something. It's like a
Right.
Picnic
Right.
kind of thing. Gives me good vibes.
Bro, people are saying that, yo, Tyler, you're gonna die by age 50. You're gonna eat all. Look, let me tell you something. If I die at age 50, like eating a chicken leg, I'm dying happy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Think of a better way to go.
It's like, dead.
I can imagine Tyler on live choking to death on a chicken bone.
Yo, man, hey, look, I was happy. Look, that's a lot of people don't have that, man. You could die at age 80 and die of some really painful shit. Look, I'd rather just go out, heart attack, fried chicken.
There you go.
No doubt. I can't think of a better way to go. That'd be a dream, right?
Chicken in my hands, cholesterol in my veins.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. Oh, man. Yeah, it's funny.
Alina, what were you laughing about? I missed your comments or something. I don't know. Never mind.
Yo, Nick, do you like it? Do you like any white, or do you have any white stereotypes?
I don't think I do anymore because again,
Do you put mayonnaise on everything?
I hate mayonnaise. I don't touch it. Or ranch. I don't even none of that either.
You don't fuck with ranch?
I like ranch.
Yeah, ranch is good.
Not a fan. Yeah,
Ranch is
that's
like bomb.
We're POCs. You can join the club.
You know what's funny though? Like, okay, so I do like mayonnaise, but it's funny because I was watching this movie a long time ago called Undercover Brother.
Dude,
And
with the hot sauce, bro.
yeah, so he was dating that white girl, and it was like, extra mayo for me, please. Like, it was just so stupid, bro. It was stupid. I was like, bro, I like mayonnaise.
Yo, let me tell you something, Julius. Yo, these kids today will never know how great some of these movies were back in the day. Undercover Brother is a classic.
It was funny. That was a funny movie, bro. That was my favorite movie in like the 2000s, man. It's like, look. This is a dumb scene, but he was like, these two guys were chasing him, and he was like, don't move. And he runs like, oh hell, he moved. And I don't know why that part was so stupid to me, bro. Like,
they stereotyped black people and white people in that movie, and it was so hilarious and well done, bro. It was so well done.
It is, man.
Good point,
Eddie
Tyler.
Griffin is just a comedy king, man.
Nah, man. Like, dude, if they put out something like Undercover Brother like today, I feel like people would get offended. They'd say, "Oh, they're trying to make black people seem like they just like fried chicken and all these other." It's like, bro. First of all,
It's
everybody, bro.
funny. That movie is so funny. Everybody needs to know. No, we need to start doing. Just get clips of that movie and just put it out there, man. Like, just start showing it again. Show how funny things used to be.
What was the name of that?
I miss comedy like that.
That's
Eddie
Eddie Griffin, bro. That's Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle was in it, and
oh, dude, the gay dude, or the dude who came out as gay. He's a legend. He was also in How I Met Your Mother.
Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, he was funny, man.
Dude, Neil Patrick Harris is a legend. When he came out as gay, nobody even cared because I was like, bro, you're such a legend. And like, I didn't watch the the How I Met Your Mother religiously. I'm not into like fucking weird sitcoms like that, but I did catch a couple episodes, mainly episodes where he was acting like an absolute savage, and I was like, this dude is the shit. Like his character is the dude in his apartment. So he's like a womanizer, and in his apartment, it's so legit. Like the first time that someone came over to check out his apartment, he has a fucking springboard on his toilet seat to spring up so that it's never like so it's always up. So that
alpha. Such an alpha move.
So that women see that they're just unwelcome to stay here.
That's so bad. Such an alpha move.
It is so legit, bro.
Dude, he wears it well. You know, like I can respect a gay man. I honestly, you know, whatever you do behind closed doors, I don't care.
Yeah, dude, he's not one of those woke people, man. So he's all good, man.
He wears it well, dude. I mean, he has bravado more than a lot of straight dudes I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
that's another thing. That's another thing that I never. Oh, no, real quick, I'm gonna say this last thing, then you can go, Julius. I always wanted to know, why is it that like if you're gay, generally, why you gotta be so fucking
Flamboyant.
Like why you gotta? He's like so gay. Like why do you have to be so like flamboyant and like girlish, like
faggot, dude? I'll say it. Like, why do you have to be such a faggot?
Well,
yeah,
pretty gay
like
and a faggot.
my friend and I was actually talking about that. We were talking about that last year, and like about the whole gay thing. We came to the conclusion that it's a caricature. Like, because most gay men, they hella overdo it for no reason. It's like, if you think that's how women act, that's not. I never seen a woman act like that. But men who are gay, they just overly do it, and it's like, why?
Even the other gay men can't stand them.
I feel like people would probably be at least more right wingers. Maybe not all of them, because some people will just not associate no matter what. But like for me, I never really cared. I just don't like that super weird girly shit. So like that, I probably wouldn't be around. Like, look, if you're gonna be gay and you're gonna do whatever, okay, but why can't you just still like be fucking normal, bro? Like,
well, look, I don't like gay shit in public in front of me be like sexualized. I don't like straight shit being sexualized. You know what I mean? I don't need to see that with anybody. What do you do behind closed doors? It's none of my business. I don't care. So keep it none of my business, and then I won't care.
Right?
You know?
Like, bro, like why?
I disagree. I really like it when people do things out in.
Right? Like, why can't you just like?
Dude, you have a really weird face on right now to be saying that, man. You're freaking
like
me
just
out.
do normal shit, bro. Like just be like, look, we can still watch football. Let's play some cards. Let's gamble. Let's do whatever. Play some Call of Duty. You know what I mean? But like, motherfuckers be walking around like we want to paint their fucking fingernails or something. Like it's weird.
Hey.
Yeah, man, it's weird.
Nah, I don't know. It's just super weird. I just don't. When I was younger, there used to be this dude named Theo. He actually died because. At least what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he died because he was gay. Somebody stabbed him to death, and but he was like really, well, he was like really flamboyant. I mean, he was like really, really flamboyant. And I used to always think to myself, I didn't know much about that world. I used to think to myself, why is he like this? Like, why is he like overly like dancing all the time and like flipping his hand a certain way? Like, it was like just. I'm like, I don't understand that. And then like when I see like other gay people who are just like normal, I'm like, what's the difference between that guy who's like normal, but then this guy over here is like dancing 24/7?
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Duval in the comments says that the flaming gay comes from movie characters.
Comes from who?
From movie characters, he said.
The flaming gay come from your mama. You gotta forgive your mama. I'm on my kick tonight.
I mean,
this person in chat. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I do tend to think that. To me, I think that if you, I don't know, man, it goes so much deeper. I just think
I am
that
not Pizzagate. I'm sorry. See, like, dude, Jen is rubbing off on me, bro. I'm now interrupting you to address comments, bro. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no! That's all good. It's because
no, that's not all good, bro. That's not all good because Jen being no.
I was gonna say with just on a side note to your pizza thing. When I use a pizza filter too, I would get told the same thing as Pizzagate.
Jen is here.
Right. I mean, yeah, but yeah, the whole pizza thing. I don't know. I just use it. I thought it was cool. I'm not trying to be like a.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say. Look. If I was really like that, then I'd be like, oh, let's just not eat pizza. Bro, pizza is that shit, bro. You're not going to hijack pizza from me.
Exactly. You don't have that. I don't get the right to... Yeah, exactly. Pizza's still ours. They don't get the pizza gate.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jen said yes, influencing you. Damn, Tyler, don't let Jen corrupt you, man. Don't let her corrupt you.
Bro, you see what I'm saying, bro? You see what I'm saying? The women behind every strong man is a woman who's trying to deceive him and lead him astray, bro. Lead him astray.
So as he said in Undercover Brother, behind every strong man is the police.
Miguel, I got somebody trying to get in here. I mean, if you had anything you wanted to add, that's cool. But if not, I'm going to see who this is, and then you can jump back on. Is that all right?
Hey, yo, that's all good, dude.
Hey, you were cool, man. Thanks for hanging out. Besides your weird
Thank you.
faces and stuff that freaked me out.
Hey, yo, dude, you're gonna talk shit. I had a good time.
Good. That's all I want to do is just talk shit and have a good time. So happy to hear it.
All right. Here's 100.
Corrupting people. It's like Jim's whole MO. Just corrupt all the men.
So I never looked into that Pizzagate stuff. I feel like I should. A lot of
So
to know.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of looked into it, and I always noticed that the way they use it would be, like, weird. Like,
real?
they always...
Is that shit real?
What's up?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but the way that they... Okay, so, like
you got a white woman on, man. Got a white woman on.
Hey.
I feel like my credit just increased with her jumping off.
She white. What's up, lady?
She white.
What's up? Celine here.
Hey,
How you doing?
Oh, not bad.
We hear
what made you want
dogs.
to jump in with the
Corona.
boys?
Hey, sorry. Stop it. Damn it.
What had you want
I
to jump
just
in with?
listen to y'all. Y'all are funny as shit. That's it.
Hey, awesome. That's a great answer.
We are pretty funny. That's a fact.
I know. Tyler, calm down. I know. I've been watching you for a little while. I know.
She said, calm down.
We got Jim. We got Jim 2.0.
Women don't tell men to calm down. That's the other way around.
Hey, I said it with like half a smirk on though, so it should be all right.
The fact that you even said it.
What's your name?
Celine.
Celine?
Mhm.
Celine, how do you feel? Are you married?
No.
Are you going to be?
No.
Hey,
You're not going to get married? You're going to die alone?
I'm hoping to.
You're hoping to die alone?
No, my story goes a little further back. I'm a widow, so.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's life, you know.
That sucks, man.
It happens.
You,
okay.
you don't want to marry because of you lost your last husband? Is that why?
Yeah, he was kind of my person. I'm just, whatever. I'm kind of over it.
You got dogs? You got dogs and kids, or just dogs?
Just dogs.
Just dogs?
Hey, baseball stole my tooth, by the way, Brandon.
You sure it wasn't me?
Wasn't you?
I just figured you got into some fights.
The tooth will set you free.
yo, Julius has her tooth, bro.
Oh, shit, he put your own tooth right now. Oh, my God.
It's the tooth.
Hey, give that back. Give that back.
I'm like,
So, Celine, are you able to say what state you live in?
Northern California.
No, you live in Cali.
oh, you're in Cali, just like me.
Cali.
Represent.
Wait. You said Northern California. Like, are you talking about like Red Bluff, or are you talking about Sacramento?
Little higher than Red Bluff. I'm in a little tiny prison town called Susanville.
Ooh. So you're basically where it's hot. It is like
How close is that to you, Julius?
that's pretty far. From Sacramento, that's like far.
Where are you? You're in Sacramento?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Like,
you're about a 3-hour drive from me. So I'm an hour and a half north of Reno.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it hot in your area? Like more hot than Sacramento?
No, Sacramento's disgustingly hot.
Yeah, true
We're a mountain town. You guys your elevation is probably like what, 500 maybe?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you gotta get more wind, more nights.
Is your town, Celine? Is your town or like your neighborhood? Is it generally like more left leaners or like right leaners?
Redneck, right leaners.
Hey, somebody in the comment, my strain farmers. That sounds like somebody who grows weed. They said she looks like she grows weed.
I don't actually.
You do look like you grow weed.
I wish you'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I'm not opposed of it. I appreciate anybody that can have a good time. I take edibles. I don't grow my own stuff though. I buy it from the dispensaries.
Oh shit, that shit's all fucking legal in California now anyway, right?
It is.
Depending on the ass to grow when you go buy chronic from the government.
If you want to grow it yourself, which I just don't have the time nor the patience to do that, you can have, I think, up to like 5 different plants.
Oh, hell yeah.
For yourself, and then you're able to, I believe, sell or give away to certain people.
Yeah, they're actually allowed to have an ounce of weed on you. Like you can have up to an ounce on you, as long as you have your papers for it.
I thought it was up to a pound, just not over a pound.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. A pound. I'm sorry.
A pound? No kidding.
A pound. Yeah.
That's some Dr. Dre stuff, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's some weight.
Hold on.
And like,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So let me ask you guys this. So, because this is a pretty talked about debate. Do you believe, since they made it legal in California to do, sell, and grow marijuana and all this other stuff, do you think that the people who have been locked in prison due to selling or growing or using marijuana, do you think that they should be let out or no? Like, some people say yes and some people say no.
I would say yes in principle, but that's a hard thing to start retroacting and letting people out for crimes that
I don't know. We're paying taxes on every single person in prison. We're paying at least $30,000 a year.
I'm just saying the precedent that sets for every law moving forward. You're now going to have to retroactively release every prisoner, and I mean, maybe that's the right thing to do, but that's going to get complicated. Is all I'm saying.
I mean,
I don't know.
I would only say if they only went to jail like just for weed, and then they changed the laws. I think something should be, I can't think of the word, compromised. But
I mean, make them do some community service, but why are we paying all that money to keep them in prison when something is now legal? It's like everybody in Oregon, shit's legal over there. Anything you want, it's all legal as of last year.
In principle, that makes sense to me. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't want to continue paying my taxes to keep those motherfuckers in jail when they could easily just be released and do some community service.
No. And here's what I'm saying. So I agree. Like, I'm gonna say, like, similar to Nick here. I'm gonna say, like, I think in principle, I think that we should let them out. So I think that I lean that we should let them out if the government recognize, or just the people recognize, like, look, we don't think that this really should have been a crime. Like, we should go ahead and let these people out. But on the opposite side, I'm like, but here's the thing. Even if we didn't agree that it should have been a crime, it was a crime at the time. Mm-hmm. And people
that's what I'm saying.
Do it. So, like,
so it's been the slippery slope.
So I think that I could see both sides, but I think, like, in principle, I'm like, look, if we do determine that it should never have been a crime, then I think that we probably should let them out, or at least, like, try to, maybe not all at once, but just like, look, we're going to try and get these people, either paroled or something, or like maybe like we're going to roll them out little by little. It's like, look.
So how about if we looked at it in a certain way, we could say, okay, somebody who was supposed to serve, I don't know what anybody gets sentenced for, like 10 years in prison, they've already done 5, it's now legal. Yeah, sure, put them on parole, make them do community service. And then somebody who, say, just the year before things got legal, they're like, okay, we're still going to give you a couple years. We're going to stagger you guys out. Obviously, we don't want to bombard the civilians, the law-abiding citizens. But, I mean, shit, Gavin Newsom's releasing so many damn prisoners who shouldn't be.
Look at it this way. It's like, well, like, yeah, man. Like, I mean, honestly, like, the more that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, we need to let those motherfuckers out. And you actually made a good point too. It's like, yeah, what if they went in the day before? What if they went in the day before that it became legal, and they got fucking 20 years, and now they get nothing. Like, if it was. But then that
would go against your argument when you say that at the time it wasn't crime.
I didn't say that we shouldn't. I just said that I can see the argument on that side, right?
Okay.
I can understand the argument, but, like, I feel like if we say that something shouldn't have been a crime, then we should let those people out.
They should definitely serve a little bit in time because they did break a law, right? Even though it's legal now, yes, they should definitely.
Well, look at it this way.
Look at it
this way. Let's say that previously that it was illegal Let's make up something ridiculous. Let's
Like
say that
pedophilia or
it
something.
was illegal. It was illegal to use the internet after 9 p.m.
Right. If
Right.
the law's unjust, shouldn't they
Let-
be freed regardless?
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point. And all these people were locked up. And now we say, look, this was retarded. We never should have said that it should be illegal. Like, this is totally people's right
So they
to,
shouldn't be
to
sitting there
use the
rotting in
internet.
jail still.
Right.
Yeah.
Should they still be rotting in
Right.
jail? So like now I'm
No.
like, nah, I think that we should just let them the hell out.
I agree.
It just that saves the taxpayers money. Like it is now legal. Yes, I know some people would get super pissy that they spent 5, 7 years, 10 years in prison for something so stupid. It's a goddamn plant, for crying out loud.
Hey,
But
wait. I want to address this comment. Too stylish Duval. Did you mistype? Okay. You correct
Yeah, he
me.
mistyped.
It should be legal. Cool. I just wanted to make sure.
If I could
he should be illegal.
if I could really quickly quote Smokey from Friday, God put this here for us, for you and me.
I love it,
He
bro.
really did. He really did.
Hey, you guys know why the real reason we became illegal originally? Because Henry Ford used it to power his first major assembly line car coming off because he didn't want to use Rockefeller's monopoly on Standard Oil, and therefore Rockefeller got rid of it. In fact, he started teaching people how to grow it in their backyard and harvest hemp oil because it's way more effective and it's way cleaner and everything. And that's why Rockefeller put all his resources into getting it banned.
It makes
They
sense
say-
to me.
I don't know
They
why
say it's
they
because
didn't
of
make it
Mexican,
legal a long
racism and
time
stuff like that,
ago.
but that's the real reason.
They
Okay,
should have
okay,
made
okay.
all
So
this
hold on,
stuff
hold on,
legal a
guys.
long time ago because
So-
everything from that plant can be used for something, and it
But
grows
do
a lot faster
do
than
you
a
guys
tree.
think
Okay, so
that-
hold on. Wait, address this comment because this is something too. So this lady says we should let them out and clear any charges from their records. What do you think?
No.
I don't know if I would
I would-
clear the charges. I would maybe keep it as a misdemeanor because I feel like
It
you're not looked down upon if you have a misdemeanor. Felony
It
is
was
like,
an immoral.
ooh,
If
Are you
it was
talking about
an
clear
immoral
charges
law,
for the
it should not be on
marijuana?
What did you
I-
say?
I
What did you say,
think-
Nick? I didn't hear what you said, Nick.
If the law was immoral or unjust that is on the record, I believe the record should be clean.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
I agree.
Oh, okay. I was misunderstanding that. Yeah.
Hold on.
But again, this is contingent because not everybody believes that smoking weed is moral. So some people believe, well, no, I think that it should still be, like, plenty of conservatives believe that, you know, doing any type of drug should be illegal. I'm just not one of them. I just believe that it should be legal because it's your body. You should, you know, I really believe in your body, your choice, as long as you're not
Same.
harming another person, right?
Right, right.
So yeah, I'm like, look, I think that you should be able to do that. You know, generally speaking. So yeah, I would say it was unjust to lock these people up. I mean, think of it this way, like look, I find just about every gun control law to be illegal, immoral, and goes against the Constitution. So
It's
any person that was in prison for an unconstitutional gun control law, they should be let out and their record should be completely wiped clean of that. Now, if they fucking killed somebody because of it, not obviously not that, but
Yeah.
just like the unconstitutional law that they broke.
Did you
Okay.
see that comment from Brittany Lee?
The Second Amendment is to regulate the government from encroaching on us, and therefore it's a conflict of interest for the government to regulate firearms at all. They can't.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
What did you say?
yeah.
What did you say? Celine, what did you say?
Oh, this Brittany Lee girl, I was curious about what you would say. I mean, I know what you would say to this, but just to answer her question, says, what if a girl has an abortion and the next day it becomes illegal? Should that girl be in trouble?
Go ahead, Tyler. Take this one. I'd like to hear it.
I know, right?
Okay,
Go
so
ahead, Tyler.
wait. Hold on. Let me read it to make sure I'm getting it right.
I
What's her name?
already know your answer just because I have followed you for so long, but I would like to hear it now that I'm actually in the
See the comment.
conversation.
I
But
can't see it.
but Tyler already made the point.
Yo, Nick, can you pin the comment?
I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for it.
So,
Celine,
but Tyler,
on the screen.
It was right under where the guy said we should let them out and then clear the record. It was 2 comments
Right.
under that.
Maybe she
But
blocked
Tyler-
me because I can't
but
see
Tyler's
the
point still stands because he said that it's your body, your choice, unless you harm somebody else. If
Unless
somebody
you
has an
harm
abortion,
somebody,
it
right.
becomes legal.
Here it is.
Yeah. If somebody has an abortion and then it becomes illegal the next day, should they get in trouble? Yes, because you harm somebody else.
Right.
Wait.
Yes.
Hold on.
I want to hear Tyler on this one.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Not exactly, Julius. So based on what she's saying, she says, what if a girl has an abortion? I think she means what if she has an abortion today and then
While it's
tomorrow
legal, and then it becomes illegal.
it becomes illegal. So technically today what she did the government recognizes her doing something that was legal. Now, I disagree that it should never be legal, but I'm not the governing authority, right? So the government says, look, you have a right to do this today. You don't have a right to do it tomorrow. So
Right.
if she does it today, like think of it as like smoking weed. It's like if it's legal today but illegal tomorrow, should we charge you tomorrow for what you did yesterday? It's like, well, no, we shouldn't.
You can't have retroactive punishment like that. That's not
Right,
yeah.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. Now, if you're asking me, should they all just be fucking criminally charged for being involved in abortion? Yeah.
Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 100%. Send them all to the gulag.
Anytime abortion comes up, if Tyler's around, I'm like, go ahead.
I know, right?
So-
I enjoy listening to his debates.
What were you
Well,
saying?
he's-
Joey?
Yeah.
Do you
So
disagree?
yeah, so
Everybody
well, no,
dances
so,
around.
yeah. So what you're essentially saying, I mean, I totally understand what you're saying. You're saying that if it was legal today, and then tomorrow becomes illegal, do they get charged for it yesterday? I always understood Tyler's point from the legal standpoint. We both agree that the moral standpoint is it's wrong, period.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I always agree with Tyler on the legal part, because if it's legal today and then illegal tomorrow, and they get charged for that, then yeah, that would be wrong legally. You know what I mean? But morally, it's wrong.
And I generally usually compare this to like slave holders back in slavery times, right? So like you can't, because I'm like pro reparations now, which people like don't even, they're like, oh, you're pro reparations. So like, and a lot of them say this comes up. There's like, oh well, we should have held the slave holders accountable, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. So like, because here's the thing:
like
the slave holders were just exercising their quote unquote right by the government. The government says that what they were doing was okay. Now it doesn't make it okay, but it just means that the government said that what they were doing was legally permitted. So you can't then tomorrow, once the Civil Rights Act or whatever the fucking whatever is passed in 1865, you can't just say, okay, well now we can like retroactively charge these people. It's like, well, no, like they what they were doing was legal. Now, if you're talking about like in the moral sense, if you're like, look, if some ex-slaves happened to get together and just went out and like started executing these motherfuckers like on the low, I would have been like, I mean, I'd look the other way.
Right.
I'd look the
right.
other way.
I didn't see nothing.
Hey, I saw nothing.
So would that be the same argument? Would that be the same argument with Jim Crow, that it was a law, so they were just doing what the law said?
Well, I don't.
When
When people say Jim Crow, I'm not very well versed on Jim Crow, so like I don't know. I know that there were like many different things in Jim Crow, so like I'm not well versed on it.
But I mean, according, according to the law though, like if it's a law, we have to abide by that. Then should we hold people accountable for Jim Crow?
Well, again, I don't know what you mean by Jim Crow.
Well, like for example, how they had like the law where they can have whites only, and it was like no blacks and things like that. And then black people had to have their own businesses where it was blacks only and whites. And I think there's redlining at that time as well. I think under the law. I'm not sure about that. I was correcting on that one. But what I'm saying is, as far as accountability, people always tend to point to Jim Crow as, oh my God, it was so wrong. But it's like, but if it was a law that it was following, then morally you can say it's wrong, but legally it was a law.
Okay.
They were working inside the law, so I mean, they can't go to jail for it.
If it's within the law, we can't legally hold them accountable after it becomes no longer a law or whatever. Now, morally,
it's not immoral and sickening, but they did not break the law.
Right. Morally, you can hold people accountable. Like, I think that there's a difference between like legal, how we can hold people accountable legally, and then how you can hold people accountable just as people. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I don't think that it should. Here, look at it this way. Let's say that someone breaks into your home and sexually assaults your daughter, right? Sexually assaults your daughter. Let's say that you're not there or whatever happens, and they get away with it. Now they do, and they were like a serial rapist. Let's say they did it to a bunch of people, and they finally catch this guy. Or no, let's say that you don't even catch him. Let's say that I don't know. let's say that like it takes you 3 or 4 weeks to find this person, and you find him, and then you murder him and you kill him. Now that would be illegal because you went out of your way to kill someone. Be able to do like what I think that justice is kind of yours to take. Like for me, ain't nobody stopping. There ain't no time on the planet that's gonna stop me. There ain't no police officer that's gonna stop me from finding you, bro. So like, yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why does that dog look so sad?
Probably.
I can't even see it because the comments are in the way.
Oh.
I can
How
see
about
Tyler's.
that
Oh, okay.
I like the one I like the one in the hoodie.
That's funny. He looks high as shit.
I know.
You
This so
look high, bro.
Man, I used to smoke so much weed. It was so cool. I used to watch like movies like Man of Steel. Woo! Watching that high was bomb, bro. Just seeing all
Dude, Man
everything
of Steel.
crash and
Yo, real quick, going off of politics for a second. Man of Steel, greatest Superman movie. It's so underrated, bro. So underrated, bro.
I would disagree. It's better than what I thought it was, but I disagree. It's the greatest Superman movie.
What's the greatest Superman movie?
The greatest.
Hancock.
Who?
Oh, no. Don't even. Oh, you went there. Hey, Hancock had potential if they didn't do the Charlize Theron storyline. If they took her out and just made it about Hancock, it would have been amazing.
Hold on. I don't know because I thought that was interesting. You didn't think that was interesting?
No,
Everybody has
man,
to
it
be in
was
love
just dumb.
somehow.
Call me crazy one more time. I couldn't stand that, bro. Her character was annoying.
But
it was a dumb story.
No. That shit was not dumb, bro. Because they
was dumb.
They explained why he doesn't age and how he could like even have had this like amnesia. I thought it was really interesting.
I not to me, man. It was just a simple boyfriend and girlfriend relationship.
That's just because you hate women.
Ooh.
You hate women. but I get where you're coming from. I just think that if you left her out of it and just focus on him, it would have been a way better movie in my opinion.
Dude, they could have totally, when I saw that movie, I really wish that they would have made some sequels because he was a really great superhero.
Man, bro, Hancock was the ish, bro. Hancock was it. I wish they would have made it. I wish they would do a part 2 right now. Like right now, man. I love that movie. I just didn't like that one little part, but I loved it because Will Smith as a superhero, bro, not because he's black, but just Will Smith as a freaking superhero, bro.
Will Smith is a superhero.
Yeah, in real life too. Yeah, I mean he does a lot. But check this out. So it was actually cool that he was a black superhero. Let me tell you why. Not just because he was black and a superhero, but because this was a completely like original character, right? So like I hate when they fucking take like an iconically white character. Like they were talking about like making like legitimately Superman, like Superman, like a black guy, like just revamping it. I'm like, dude, Superman.
Wait, but do you know why that is though?
What?
You know why that is?
Why? What is?
So listen, it's not that I didn't read comic books, but like I read comics when I was younger a little bit, and I used to watch a lot on YouTube, like read a lot of comic books on YouTube. And so here's the thing. You're absolutely right. I agree with you. They are doing that because they only find legitimacy in white characters. What they do is they trick you and say, well, there's a story in Earth 2 called the Black Superman called Val Zod. And so therefore, there technically was a black Superman.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
It is. But that's what they do to trick you. And it's absolutely BS. And now you got Michael B. Jordan who's trying to hijack that to want to be Superman. And it's like, no, we need an actual Superman.
Here's what I don't like. I don't care with what type of fucking reasoning they come up with. It's just some woke bullshit. So like, I do not agree. If you take an iconically whatever character, you take an iconically white character and then place him into and just say, oh well, we're gonna make this iconically white character black now because multiverse, right? So like,
right,
like,
yeah.
like here's what I would prefer. right? Stop trying to leech off of already iconic characters, trying to ride that wave and trying to put some person of color in there just to ride the wave. Instead, make new cool POC characters, bro. Like that's why
But there
I
is
loved
black
Hancock. Hold
characters
on,
though.
let me finish. That's why I loved Hancock, because he was an original black superhero character, and they didn't have to
Not
like, he
necessarily.
wasn't white.
But technically, he wasn't original. I'm gonna tell you why. When I
Yes, he
watched the behind, well, listen. When I watched the DVD and they were talking about it, Hancock's character was a riff off Superman.
Yeah, but it's not Superman. He doesn't have any powers of Superman other than being strong and flying, bro.
But that's like
True.
almost every superhero you come across.
Exactly. You can't say that that's just fucking Superman. Superman can do everything.
True.
Superman.
But
Superman. Come on.
If you take a riff from Superman and kind of,
That's not a riff from Superman. So, and not only that.
No. I didn't say that. That was the director who said that. The director said that.
Not only, I don't give a fuck what he said. He doesn't know fucking comics, bro. Like, not only that, but Superman, iconically, like Clark Kent, has such great moral character. Like,
he does.
Hancock does not.
Yeah, it was a rip.
Do you know what was closer? Do you know what was closer to a rip of Superman? Did you see the movie Brightburn?
Ooh, yeah.
Did you see that? That's basically how they said is like, okay, what if this character that was really like Clark Kent, because he could do everything that really Superman could do. He had the laser beam eyes, he had everything. Right?
The flight, the strength.
Exactly. So they were like, look, what if he didn't hit the Kents? What if he was raised by someone else? Would he turn out to be as good? Dude, this dude was evil.
Have you read the Injustice Gods Among Us comic book?
No, I haven't read it.
Okay, have you seen the video game?
No.
Okay, if you get a chance, go. If you ever got time in your day, like an hour or two, go on YouTube, type in Injustice Gods Among Us, gameplay only. That's the whole story of Superman becoming evil. But read the comics. It's crazy. They're actually going to drop the animation, I think sometime either later this year, if not next year. They're dropping the animation for sure of that storyline. But the comic books, it's insane when Superman basically went evil. Because what happened was, just on a side note, like I digress, but just on a side note, Superman basically what happened was the Joker kidnapped Lois, and then he implanted this bomb inside of her. And then when Superman came to save her, he doused her with the Scarecrow's toxin. So he thought Lois was Doomsday, and he took her to space. And so he ended up killing her and unborn. So when Superman went to go see Joker, Batman tried to stop him, but Batman pushed him to the side and basically ripped Joker's heart out. And from that moment on, he just never stopped. So that was crazy. So it has happened in the comic books. But
yeah, that being said, if I had Superman's powers, I would definitely, I'd be on shaky ground. I'd definitely be on some shaky ground. Because there'd be like, look, I think I'd just be kind of like selfish. Like I'd just be like, look, I'm gonna save some people today, and then some other times, look, I'm gonna clean up this ghetto ass neighborhood. I'm gonna eliminate everybody.
I might be in a bad mood on one day, not nobody.
Hold on. Not everybody just because they ghetto. I'm talking about like the criminals, the thugs, the murderers, the rapists. I'm gonna just laser beam them. You know what I mean? Judge, jury, executioner. It is what it is. Once I have Superman.
Crazy. Okay. So I gotta ask you.
Hold on. Once I have Superman's powers, Constitution goes out the door, bro. Like I'm Superman now.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was about to ask. I knew you were gonna say that. I have to ask you. That was why the story went on for like 5 issues or something like that, or no, not 5 issues. It was a long issue. But my question is to you, Tyler. Is right here.